Hello everyone and welcome back to Assetto Corsa, and today we'll be participating in an online MX5 Cup. This isn't a league race or anything, this is just a random lobby that happened to have all MX5s, and we have 11 laps around what I believe is a go-kart circuit, or whatever circuit you first play in career mode as someone behind us completely dies, and we have someone on our outside going into turn 2. And now for the first few laps, you're going to notice that no one's really going to pull away. The MX5s aren't that fast yet, and tires are still cold, so you have to wait for that too. Also, the use of second gear is going to be a lot. I don't imagine us going above that third, fourth gear. If we go around the outside of someone, they completely forget I'm there and just kill me in the end. What I guess happened is he didn't see that I have my nose on the outside of the corner, and he kind of turned in to hit the inside apex perfectly, but I just still happen to be there, so that is now 13th place. And there's a slight gap between us and what seems to be 8th and 9th place now, as more people just disappear off from the earth, as we see an MX5 off to the side there. I'm just gonna try to hold our lines here. We go up to 5th gear. Maybe a little bit too much speed into the first corner, as we see another MX5 just runs wide. It seems that Miata is not always the answer for some people, as we see here, but we do gain a little bit of time on 7th place as they run wide almost into the dirt. We nearly make contact with them, just swerving back to our side of the road as someone completely hits us from the rear. Now I figured no one would want to see me keep spinning out onto the dirt, so I just decided to fast forward it a bit. And now after all of that contact from me just trying to get back on the track, we have gone down a few positions as there's a few yellow flags. So we just went from 9th to 14th, which is horrible. And I could have probably, now looking at this replay, rejoined the track a bit safer, but I was in a rush to not get overtaken by a pack. And as you can see, we're at the back of the pack now, where it's not the cleanest of people. As you see, another MX5 nearly hits me off into the track. Now going into turn 1 side by side almost, except the MX5 behind us backs out and hits the wall a little bit. I did do a few practice laps here, by mistake actually, just messing around with career mode and stuff, but apparently the MX5 behind us is now suddenly way faster, somehow, I'm not sure, but he completely sends one up the inside. I don't know how he expected that to work out. There was just absolutely no room there for him. And I would just like to say, if you like this video, feel free to subscribe at any point. There are other Assetto Corsa videos and playlists of other video games I have, so thank you for checking those out. Now we're coming down to the end of lap 3 at the final corner, and you know what? I don't think this race has been going fairly well for us. We started in what I believe was 9th, as another MX5 behind us just completely barrels into the wall, and there's a slow one on our inside as we head into corner 1, and we actually get moved up to 11th position because I do believe someone has rage quit the game. Now going into corner 2, we see that someone has been playing a little bit dirty, and one thing I do like about Assetto Corsa Online is you can kick dirty players if they're constantly being annoying or something. Now here I'm just going to speed up the footage a little bit just so you don't have to see me sitting here lap by lap wasting time just trying to catch up. And we're at the end of lap 4, going on to lap 5, just, you know, catching up to the pack again. It's going to take some time. You can't exactly just power through with the MX5s. And I do believe we are also on either street tires or hard race tires, which aren't the fastest, but I don't think a Miata could exactly heat up super softs or tires that are that soft in general. But it's pretty good to deal with what we have here. As we passed MX5 on that other corner behind us, it seemed he also left the game. And there's another yellow flag in front of us, as we see someone's going reverse onto the track, just whipping the car around. Not sure how that move was intended to be, whether it was to knock me out the race or just to actually get the car back facing the right direction. But now going on to lap 6, we see that we are still in 10th position, and we're slowly coming back down the field as we pass more people that have spun out, or we also have people that rage quit the game because they have been hit too many times. And it's a pretty good thing that simulation damage is off, and the worst that will happen is your tires will wear out. But you don't really have to worry about that when you're driving an MX-5. Now, if you look at the little mini-map, you start to notice that we're deep into the race, a little bit over halfway, I'd say. And the pack is pretty spread out except for the leaders, which seem to be staying very close together. And I would like to be able to push this car more, but during this time I had very little experience with the Assetto Corsa, and I had no idea what I was doing, as there's just a car sitting on the inside of the turn for some reason. Don't know why. But also, the leaders are most likely not on controller like me, but on a wheel, to say. Now, since nothing happens on these next few laps, I'm just going to skip to near the end of lap 8, where hopefully we get into a little bit more action, as this has turned less into a race and more into an endurance race to see who will stay to the end and who will rage quit or spin out inevitably. Now, coming to the end of lap 8, we see another MX-5 on the inside, and we are now up to 7th place with about 10 seconds behind 6th. If you know that Super GT reference, congratulations. But as you see, we've gotten a little bit more used to the car here, using third gear to its full advantage. Just sitting the car, and I'm pretty sure everything's warmed up by now, hopefully. And we're now actually making a little bit of time. But at the same time, just keeping the car, trying to bring it to the finish line without completely spinning it out. But it seems we are not fast enough, as we are getting blue flagged, and I do believe that is the race leader behind us. And I guess he's had a lot more experience than the rest of us if he's completely on lap 10 by now and nearly right behind me. So I'm just going to hopefully not lose any time by letting him pass fast enough, as there's another yellow flag and a car is high, completely off the ground for some reason. And I look back just to check to see how close the race leader is. I don't want to ruin his race, and I don't want to ruin mine. He's on the last lap, I'm on lap 10, so hopefully everything goes well, as we run a little bit wide. That may be due to the old tires now. They may not be as grippy as before, but it seems that everyone is pretty much holding their own. Even the person that spun out completely didn't kill themselves, as we let the race leader go past. Just turned my lights off, let him know, hey, I'm not racing you. You can do your own race. You're obviously faster than everyone, so enjoy. And out of this endurance race, I do believe there are about 23 or so people, maybe 17, but there is less than 10 left at the end of this race, which kind of surprised me. I didn't expect people to leave so soon after 1 or 2 crashes. I thought they would at least stick around a bit. But hey, it was their decision. And I do believe that that green MX-5 behind us is actually 7th place, and he is closing in slowly as we go into the first corner of the final lap, not using 5th gear, just turning in as the race leader pulls off to the side of the track, knowing he's completed the race already. And we are now battling this green MX-5 behind us. Let's go side by side into corner 2. And we're going to be side by side on the exit, and then he just pulls away somehow with the NOS or whatever racing strategy he has. Or he probably tuned his car better than mine, but either way, I say it's a clean pass. I didn't feel like racing him too much. Well, I did feel like racing him, I just didn't want to crash us both. But at the end of the day, that is a top 10 or so. But here, this is what I don't like about Assetto Corsa. At the end of the race, they just hold the brakes down for you, and that's sad. And I would like to take a moment to say there are more Assetto Corsa and Assetto Corsa competency videos on this channel, so feel free to check them out and subscribe, and thank you for watching.
It's another day, eyes on my display. You say we need a change, and I feel that you mean it. You mean